Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Charter Oak High School Choir, led by Director Rebecca Schalmsbach. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, again. I'm your Master of Ceremonies. My name is Dr. Bruce Solheim. I'm your Master of Ceremonies for today's memorial dedication. I served 6 years in the U.S. Army and 3 years in the reserves. I'm also now a professor at Citrus College and a veterans advocate, and I have a son who's in the Air Force. Serving proudly in the Air Force. Thank you. This memorial project, this military memorial project, has really been a community effort. I really want to stress how everybody in this community pulled together. The committee members, the fundraising, the construction done largely through volunteer efforts, the city of Glendora providing a great location, as you can see here, beautiful memorial, fitting memorial, the support of the city council and the staff to undertake the critical elements of construction and setting up today's ceremony. If you'd like to read a longer version of the story behind the memorial, please, I refer you to your program, which has a longer version, including all the key benefactors as well, made this possible. At this time, I would like to recognize elected officials and their representatives that are here with us today. I'd like to recognize Congressman Judy Chu from the 27th Congressional District. Representative Chris Hainsworth. Representative Daniel Cedeno and Veronica Wittlein. Assembly Member Roger Hernandez, 48th District. Our Glendora Mayor, Joe Santoro. Our Glendora Mayor Pro Tem, Judy Nelson. Glendora Council Member Doug Tessitore. Glendora Council Member Karen Davis. Glendora Council Member Jean Muravito. And from Los Angeles County Supervisor Mike Antonivich's 5th District, Representative Brian Mejia. Okay. I believe the choir is ready. Okay. And now I would like to introduce the AMVETS Honor Guard, who will be doing the posting of the colors. And then we will have the national anthem sung. And then we will be doing a flag ceremony, flag raising, flag ceremony, and then we will have a 21-gun salute later on. So be prepared for that. Those with sensitive ears, it'll be rather loud. Okay. The AMVETS are under the direction of Commander Pete Ramirez.
Honor guard, up, head, forward. Straight head, forward. Like detail. Step back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fire 3 volleys from our weapons in times that are quite loud. If you have sensitive ears, if you have small children, please cover their ears. Rifle Sergeant.
Rifle team, hold up! Half right! Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire! After! Present! On! Rifle team, order up!
Fellow veterans, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, this service is dedicated to those fellow veterans in the area who never had a proper military burial. To them, we dedicate the service today.
like to thank the St. Dorothy Choir under the direction of Mrs. Jean Dalton. Okay, next I would like to invite our mayor, Glendora Mayor Joe Santoro, to the podium.
Gotta lower this a little bit, just a little bit. Anyways, on behalf of our Glendora City Council, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome all of you today for this memorial dedication. Let me first recognize the wonderful work of our memorial committee and thank them for their 3 years of work and dedication to this project. Also, it is important to salute the community spirit that made this memorial possible from the pennies of patriots, the families that adopted the memorial as a cause to recognize a loved one, and to the many construction posts and our city staff for the wonderful job and the energy that they put forth to build this. The City Council also pays not only tribute to the 39 heroes whose names are inscribed in the wall, but also the families and friends of our fallen Glendorians for their sacrifice. This memorial to some may mean a reflection of the price of a free country that comes with great cost. Some will remember the loss of a husband, a son, an uncle, a father, or a brother, or a friend. Still, to others it may represent a reassurance that we have citizens amongst us who will step forward and sacrifice everything to protect our country from those who would do us harm, kill us, or destroy our way of life. This memorial should reflect all of that and should be a place for that people may be remembrance of that and thankful. I believe the letter I'm about to read reflects the sacrifice and feelings of the men and women of our country who throughout the history of our country have sacrificed so much for our freedom. A week before the Battle of Bull Run, Major Sullivan Ballou in the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers rode home to his wife Sarah in Smithfield. July the 14th, 1861, Camp Clark, Washington, D.C. Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. At least I should not be able to write again. I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall upon your eyes when I shall be no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how America's civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and sacrifices of the Revolutionary War. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind that binds me unresistibly with all those chains to the battlefield. The memories of the blissful moments I have spent with you come crowding over me, and I feel most grateful to God and to you that I have enjoyed them for so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up and to burn to ashes the hopes of future years when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and seen our sons grow up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I love you, nor that when the last breath escapes me on the battlefield, I will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults and the many pains I have caused you, how thoughtless and how foolish I have oftentimes been. But oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and blend unseen around those they loved, I shall always be with you in the brightest day and in the darkest night. Always, always. And if there be a soft breeze upon your cheek, it shall be my breath. And when the soft breeze fans your face, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think that I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. Major Sullivan Blue was killed 1 week later in the Battle of Bull Run, July the 21st, 1861. So I'd like to say God bless these 39 soldiers for their sacrifice, and God bless all the members of our military who have been killed or injured in battle, and those who serve us today. Thank you very much for being here today.
I'd like to welcome to the podium Congresswoman Judy Chu from the 27th Congressional District.
On behalf of the U.S. Congress, let me commend the City of Glendora and the Glendora Military Memorial Committee for working together to build this magnificent monument. It is a humble tribute to those in our community who have given more for our safety than we can ever repay in return. 39 residents of Glendora from World War I to the war in Afghanistan have laid down their lives for our nation. Some left for war and never returned. Others wore our uniform in times of peace but still gave the ultimate sacrifice. All have their names etched upon this memorial. It is now an ever-present reminder for our community of the precious price they have paid to keep us safe. It also stands in solidarity with families who've watched their loved ones leave but never got to welcome them back home. For them, the term ultimate sacrifice is a price they will pay every day for the rest of their lives. It is a price I know firsthand when 2 years ago, my nephew, Lance Corporal Marine Harry Liu, died while stationed with a Marine combat team in the Helmand province of Afghanistan. He was 21 years old. Our family remembers his smile, his jokes, and his love of breakdancing, and the determination with which he decided to serve his country. If there's one thing I can think of that can help a family endure the loss of their loved one, it's the knowledge that their community is grateful for the sacrifice that was made. Here in Glendora, the city and the Glendora Military Memorial Committee raised $140,000 through donations and in-kind services from the community over the last 3 years. That speaks volumes about the commitment here to honor the fallen, and it's something that everyone here in this city should be so very proud of. So thank you to everyone who worked so hard and donated to the fund to make this memorial a reality. And thank you to the service members for whom it honors, and to their families who've given up so much as well. They volunteered to stand in harm's way so that we may be safe, and for that, we are forever indebted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Congresswoman Chu. It's now my honor to and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Retired Command Sergeant Major Gary W. Andrews is a native Glendoran and has operated a local business, Andrews Clothing, just up the street from here since 1972. Gary enlisted in the California Army National Guard 2nd Battalion, 144th Field Artillery in 1968. He served the majority of his service time with the 40th Infantry Division in the Field Artillery. Command Sergeant Major Andrews has numerous awards marking his distinguished service career, including the Legion of Merit with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Field Artillery Ancient Order of St. Barbara, the Infantry Order of St. Maurice, and the Order of California. In asking Command Sergeant Major Andrews to speak today, the Planning Committee recognized him as an ideal symbol of this military memorial. His native roots to Glendora, his dedication to volunteerism and promoting Glendora and its citizenry, his distinguished service to his country, his support of the project over the years. His presence exemplifies the community spirit that is the foundation of this memorial and underlying intent that we as Glendorans want to express to our fellow citizens of the deep appreciation to our fallen heroes and their families, which can never be fully repaid. I'd now like to welcome Command Sergeant Major Gary Andrews.
That's quite an introduction. I hope I can live up to it. It's a pleasure to be here today, and thank you, Dr. Solheim, Chief Warrant Officer Solheim, a propeller head, but he knows how to fly, so that's good. Mayor Santoro, City Council, City staff and employees, Congresswoman Chu, thank you for coming, and fellow citizens of Glendora. I'm honored and flattered to be here today. This is special for me as part of my thunder has already been stolen. I'm probably working on third generation here in this town, so it means a great deal to me. Glendora is my home. I'd like to make just a few remarks to give you a notion of what it took to have all this come together. This memorial is here today because of the efforts and generosity of people who make up this wonderful town. What we have before us is a shining example of what can be accomplished when the call goes out for help and assistance to get a job done. This isn't a story of just a few folks coming together to achieve a goal, but of many citizens of this community joining hands to make things happen. There are a lot of examples of how that happened. I'd like to go over just a few, if you'll bear with me. First, a longtime resident of Glendora, veteran of World War II, recipient of the Bronze Star and Purple Heart, donates to the memorial before passing away. Then in lieu of flowers, his family asked for donations to this memorial. Tremendous. A young man whose grandparents live in Glendora hears about the memorial and without hesitation donates his jar of coins he's collecting. Another longtime Glendora family donates to recognize their son, a serving Marine Corps gunnery sergeant, Semper Fi. An Army veteran makes flag cases to be sold in order to raise funds at the concerts in the park. Another Glendora citizen contributes funds over 4 years with matching funds from his oil company employer. With the help of veteran support volunteers, many local businesses put out collection boxes to help raise even more funds. Local restaurants donated a portion of their revenue. Glendora school children collected coins for the memorial through many different projects. Citizens made contributions at many local events, and some of the proceeds from several events were given to the memorial. A local resident hands out small national flags at various events, again helping to raise funds. A veterans organization has paid for the national flagpole before us and will provide replacement flags for the next 5 years. There are so many other examples of generosity from local civic organizations, churches, and individuals, both in kind and other, by the citizenry to support our memorial. This memorial is a tribute to all those efforts, whose efforts helped create it, and to all those who have served and are serving our nation in uniform. And most importantly, to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for all of us. This memorial gives us a single location to honor our heroes who have given so much to protect the rest of us, regardless of race, color, or creed. Our heroes have made the ultimate sacrifice, as have the families in their grief. So this memorial is equally a tribute to those loved ones. I'll leave you with this tribute to our absent comrades, which in the artillery we often did. They have given up all of their tomorrows for our todays. We are, in fact, the land of the free because of the brave. Thanks, folks.
All right, we've now come to the dedication of the memorial. We'll now be unveiling the wall, which the names are engraved upon. I'd like to invite the City Council and other elected officials, the Memorial Committee members, to position themselves behind the memorial for the unveiling. All right, thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Lynette Benson and Sylvia Shorey Barton of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Regent Serrano Chapter, who will read the names of our 39 Glendoran servicemen who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Also assisting in the reading of the names will be the Glendora Police Honor Guard.
Frank J. Guard, United States Army. Joby D. Addy, United States Navy. Bruce Barker, United States Army Air Corps. Robert L. Burns, United States Army Air Corps. John C. Gordon, United States Army Air Corps. Jose Hernandez, United States Army. William E. McCoy, United States Army. Olin N. Smith, United States Navy. Russell C. Whitmer, United States Army Air Corps. Tom Armstrong, United States Army Air Corps. Arthur L. Bennett, United States Navy. Robert L. Cohn, United States Navy. John W. Harp, United States Navy. Frank W. Lefevre, United States Army Air Corps. Elmo E. McKelvey, United States Army. Robert T. Stites, United States Army. Truman Winkler, United States Army. Samuel C. Baxter III, United States Air Force. Donald L. Cummings Jr., United States Army. Ronald J. Leake Jr., United States Army. Stephen R. Rolls, United States Army. Larry M. Smith, United States Army. Andrew M. Kubel, United States Marine Corps. Charles L. Liptak, United States Marine Corps. Nicholas G. Saunders, United States Army. Harold L. Talley, United States Marine Corps. Frederick R. Willard, Jr., United States Marine Corps. Elias G. Elias, United States Army. Thomas M. McFall, United States Army. Blake H. Howie, United States Marine Corps. Kenneth W. Bennett, United States Army. David M. Breshears, United States Army. John F. Carney, United States Marine Corps. Craig A. Mills, United States Air Force. Charles R. Calhoun, United States Air Force. Gregory T. Carter, United States Army. Frederick D. Flowers, Jr., United States Air Force. Alan R. Stevenson, United States Navy. And Carter W. Collings, United States Marine Corps.
Thank you, Glendora Police Honor Guard, and Lynette and Sylvia. It is now time for the wreath presentation. This presenting of the wreath in honor of our fallen Glendora heroes. We have 3 representatives with the wreath ceremony. We have Mrs. Emmy Madrid, representing military families and the Glendora Yellow Ribbon Committee. We have Mrs. Colleen Regale, a resident and representing the Regale family as an example of many memorial benefactors that have given much to make this memorial a possibility. And Sergeant Richard Menchaca Jr. of the United States Marine Corps, representing the military servicemen and women that serve our country. Our bagpipers today are from Glendora High School. I would now like to call upon the Reverend Karen K. Davis of the First Christian Church, representing the Glendora Ministerial Association.
Let us join together in prayer. God of strength and solace, we gather in recognition of the spirit that has made this nation great, a willingness to give totally of ourselves, even unto death. As we gather here today, we memorialize those who are willing to give their all, who have laid down their life to preserve and protect and defend our liberty and justice, to defend all that we hold as dear and true. As we gather here today, we come to dedicate this memorial to their memory, to all that they gave of themselves and all that they gave to defend this great nation. We dedicate this memorial as a gathering place, as a destination, so that we will come together to always remember, reflect, and revere those who have lived and died to defend and protect all that we hold dear and true. We ask for your sustaining presence to continue to surround and comfort those who grieve, those whom they have lost. And we commit to your loving arms those whose names are inscribed on this wall. We thank you for your sustaining presence, even as we gather here with humbled hearts, for all that has been given so that we might live freely. We ask your blessing on this community and this nation as we come together with grateful hearts for those who have given their all so that we might gather here in freedom. Amen.
All right, thank you very much, Reverend Davis. Now come to the closing comments. I wanted to think of something, and what came to mind is an old Norwegian folk song. I'm not going to sing it, but just the name of it is La oss leve for hverandre. My parents were from Norway. I'm first generation American. And what it translates to is, let us live for one another. And I think that really captures the spirit of this community in putting this memorial together. I'd like to thank our veterans who are here today and our current members of the military. I'd like to thank all the participants in today's ceremony for being here today. And of course, the families of our fallen heroes for their attendance and sacrifice that they have made for us. I'd like to thank our elected officials for being part of this very special ceremony. And the Glendora Military Memorial Committee and the Ceremony Planning Committee. They put in a lot of hard work. And I'd like to thank all of you for recognizing and paying tribute to our heroes today. I would now like to invite you to have light refreshments, and people are certainly encouraged to come forward and see the memorial, experience the memorial firsthand. There is tracing paper for those who may wish to trace a name at the information booth, information table, along with the volunteers to assist you if needed. That concludes today's ceremony. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.